Good afternoon. So this is my first ever attempt to make, rather bake a cake for Vaishali. So I've collected all the equipments that are required. I'm trying this for the first time, so I hope I do it well. Oh yes, the most important step before we start with the baking process is to preheat the oven for around 10 to 15 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius. There you see. So the first step I think is to butter the cake vessel, which I'm doing it now. And the next step is to put some flour in the cake vessel so that it does not stick onto the sides, the cake that we are preparing. So there you go. I've made sure that the flour is uniformly present everywhere on the baking bowl. So starting with the batter, I'm using this maida white flour, and we have to sieve it through a filter so that there's a good amount of air, which helps the cake to become fluffy. So once you do that, you can use around 1.5 cup of flour, and I have added 1 teaspoon of baking soda and baking powder into it. People generally use condensed milk for baking a cake, but then I don't know where she has kept it, or rather I don't know if it is there in the house. So I'm using milk, around 200 ml of milk, and I'm adding sugar into it. So there you see, I have added some sugar, some milk. Now I'm adding some vanilla essence. It's the vanilla essence. And since I like the flavor of cardamom, I am adding some amount of cardamom into it. Also, I'm adding some butter as shown in the videos that I've seen. And now I think it's time to mix all this and get the batter ready. So there I am trying to make it as even as I can so that there are no bubbles. Hopefully it turns out good. I've added some more flour to it since it was very thin. I think I went overboard on milk and water. Let's see. So there you go, the batter is ready. I'm not sure whether it has turned out to be perfect, but fingers crossed. Let's see. Hopefully it turns out. We shall pour the batter into the vessel now and then keep it for baking. I'll see you on the other side. And there it is, my first ever cake batter. I'll be keeping it in the oven now. There it is, the cake is in the oven, and I will keep it on for next 30 minutes. Let's see. So there we are, 10 minutes into the procedure. Already the cake seems to have come up a bit. Hopefully it turns out good. 15 minutes into it and I'm still waiting for the cake. I just hope it turns out good. Prestige, जो बीवी से करे प्यार वो prestige से कैसे करे इनकार. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Let's see how the cake turns out now. So that's it. The bell rings. I hope our cake is ready. I'll just get it out of the oven. It's very hot. Looks okay. So that's my cake. I'll just check it with the knife whether it has come up good. Oh yeah, looks good. The knife is clean and the cake is ready. The cake has separated nicely, so I think it is ready to be eaten. It's a bit tough, but then hopefully tastes good. Anyways, thank you. Hopefully Vaishali likes the cake. See you all. Bye bye. So there's the fruit of my efforts. My first ever cake I baked, and I'm happy I was able to cleanly remove it out from the baking vessel. And although it looks a bit tough and hard, but I think it'll taste good. So hopefully she likes it. And yeah, baking is fun.